Good morning, students. Myself, Major Komal Katyal, Department of Zoology, G.K. Gowani Government College, Bhinmar. Today, we will discuss about a subphylum, that is Urochordata. The term Urochordata has three different words: one Uro, second chord, and third eta. Uro means tail, chord means rod or string, and eta means bearing. Those animals in which a rod or string, that is the chorda dorsalis or notochord, is present in the larval tail comes under the subphylum Urochordata. Urochordates. We have discussed about the hemichordate in my previous lecture, in which I told you how Urochordate and Cephalochordate were originated from free-swimming chordate ancestor. Now, this free-swimming chordate ancestor gave rise to two subphyla of acraniids. One, the Urochordate, which we will discuss today. They are also known as Tunicata because there is presence of a test or tunic which is secreted by mantle or the body wall, and hence the name is given as Tunicata. They are popularly known as sea squids, समुद्री पिचकारी, क्योंकि जिस तरह से पिचकारी की धार छूटती है उसी तरह से इनके जो छिद्र होते हैं उस छिद्र से ये पानी बाहर निकालते हैं या पानी की बौछार निकालते हैं, and hence they are known as sea squids. The subphylum Urochordata has pharyngeal gill slits. The notochord, as I have told you earlier on, it is present only in the larva. The adult has tunic or test, which is variously modified. They have only dorsal nerve ganglion, which is present in the adult, while larva has complete nerve cord. There is atrial cavity which surrounds the pharynx and opens outside with a atriopore. As far as the general characters are concerned, the alimentary canal is U-shaped. It is complete with mouth and anus. The pharynx is a sac-like structure which is perforated with stigmata. They have endostyle and epipharyngeal plates. The circulatory system is open type because it has blood vessels as well as blood sinuses. They have a simple tubular heart, and a characteristic feature, the course of circulation reverses at interval. It means at one time the blood vessel which act as a distributing blood vessel becomes collecting blood vessel after the interval. The specialized excretory organs are totally absent, but certain nephrocytes and pylori gland are present which act as excretory organs. They have characteristic vanadicytes for extracting vanadium from seawater. As far as their sexes are concerned, they are hermaphrodite, but fertilization is always cross and it is external, takes place in the water. The development includes a well-developed larva which shows all the chordate characters, and a characteristic retrogressive metamorphosis is present in Urochordate. The retrogressive metamorphosis means when an advanced larva develops into a sessile sedentary adult which has more primitive character than the larva. हिंदी में हम इसे प्रतिगामी कायांतरण कहते हैं. This is the diagram of tunicate larva, where you can see there is a mouth located on the incurrent siphon, atriopore on the excurrent siphon. There is a bag-like pharynx with gill slits, a tubular heart at the ventral side, stomach, and the notochord present only in the larval tail region, and above the notochord a clear-cut dorsal nerve cord is present extending up to the pharyngeal region. This diagram depicts how the retrogressive metamorphosis is taking place in the Urochordate, where the tadpole larva, which is a free-swimming larva, settles, attaches to a suitable substratum, and after metamorphosis becomes an adult Urochordate. Now let us discuss about the classification of subphylum Urochordata. Urochordata, on the basis of test or tunic, its nature, divisible into three classes: Ascidiacea, Thaliacea, Larvaceae or Appendicularia. In Ascidiacea, the tunic is thick, leathery and permanent. It is divisible into two orders: Enterogona, in which the gonads are present inside the intestinal loop, and Pleurogona, in which gonads present beside the intestinal loop. The Thaliacea, the tunic is transparent and permanent. Characteristic muscle bands are present, and it is divisible into three orders: Pyrosomatida, Doliolida and Salpida. The last class is Larvaceae or Appendicularia, in which tunic or test is temporary. In fact, it is a temporary house. It is divisible into two orders, one the Endostylophora and the other one is Polystylophora. Now let us discuss each class. First, the class Ascidiacea, among which Ascidians comes. They are the sessile tunicates with scattered muscles in the test. The tunic, as I told you earlier on, it is well developed, thick and permanent. The gill slits are numerous. They have an atrium and the position of atriopore is dorsal. They are hermaphrodite and asexual reproduction, budding is very common. Two common examples, one Ascidia shown here and other one which is Herdmania, and the third one, the Botrytis, is shown in the slide. This is a diagrammatic representation of Cyona, which is showing all the body part including the incurrent siphon where sensory tentacles are present. Mantle secretes the tunic, pharynx, endostyles, the pharyngeal gill slits, location of hearts, gonads, stomach, then the stolons which are responsible for attaching it to a substratum, then the other body parts like intestine, the genital ducts are present in this case, and the excurrent siphon. Now the second class, the class Thaliacea, they are the pelagic chain tunicates which actually float at the surface of the sea water. The tunic is permanent, it is transparent. The muscle bands are present in the test. The location of atriopore is posterior, where in case of Ascidiacea the atriopore was dorsal. They are unisexual and there is a clear-cut alternation of generation present where asexual phase alternates with sexual phase. And as it is divisible into three orders, all the three examples are shown in the slide, beginning from Pyrosoma, which is a colonial Thaliacean, then Salpa, and the last one is Doliolum. The last class, class 3, Larvaceae or Appendicularia, they are also free-swimming pelagic forms. They are minute forms. Tunic is very delicate and temporary, known as house, and it is replaced time to time. They have only a single pair of gill slits, and posteriorly they bear a large tail which acts as a locomotory organ. Here the atrium is absent, so there is no question of location of atriopore. There is no metamorphosis because The larval stage is persistent, so they are the neotenic forms which retain the larval characters throughout their adult life, and the most common example is Oikopleura. This finishes our lecture on Urochordate. Thank you.